What's going on, guys? It's your boy CBS back with another Destiny video, and in today's video, I know it's been a whole week since I did my last video, but if you guys didn't know already, I suffer from a slight sleeping disorder. Actually, it's not slight, it's actually 3 separate ones, but that's for another video for another day. Here, I'm going to be covering all the stuff for the Taken King. I know it's been a lot. E3 was actually kind of overwhelming. But when I said but it's really going to be a dual com. It's going to be the first dual com that I've ever done on my channel. And if you guys have watched any of my videos, you know that there's always 2 of the same people in all my videos, and that's Ace Dub and Matty B. So today we got my boy Matty B. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my dude.
Yo, YouTube. What's going on? What up?
So we're gonna be talking about Taken King today, and we're probably gonna bounce around. We'll talk about some of the PvE stuff. We'll talk about the new subclasses a little bit, some of the new PvP playstyles and playstyles. What am I talking about? Some of the new PvP game modes and our thoughts on that. And right off the top of my head, like Mayhem looks like it's gonna be exactly that. But we'll get into that.
Supers. Woo!
All right, so The Taken King is supposed to release September 15th. That seems like it's right around the corner, and my initial thoughts were, wow, it's already June, so what are we playing for right now if we have a huge expansion coming in September? I know most people want to get gear, but me personally, I have all the Trials gear that I wanted. Maybe what are you playing for? What are you working towards that you want to get done before September 15th?
Shit, nothing really, because I think for the most part it's all done. You know me, I don't really play Trials as much. I should probably do that and get more of that gear, but I'm just waiting for all the sweaties to get their stuff and they're done with it.
Is sweaty, boy.
And then I'll get to it. Yeah, I just don't like it right now, man. Too much Thorn action, and it's just
It might as well be called Thorn of Osiris, because that's all you see. If you play a team that's not using Thorn, then you're going to win. If you're playing a team with triple Thorn, either you're going to have a really good game or a super sweaty get beat 5-0 game. So
yeah, it's just not that fun. So I'm just waiting. I've been playing a lot of Prison.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I've been playing a lot of Prisons though, just because of that whole thing. I'm just waiting for it to die down a little bit. Probably give it another few weeks, and that's when I'm gonna hit it back up.
Speaking of Prisons, I just beat 35 for the first time this week. I know I haven't been uploading, but I beat 35 for the first time this week, and it was surprisingly super easy. We beat it first try. No, obviously it was what was the burns this week before the reset?
Before the reset, it was solar, but
no. This week, right now, this week it was.
I don't know.
It was primary weapon. It was primary weapon and something else. I forget the other one, but it was like super easy. We kind of worked a big circle. I'm pretty sure it was the same strat that you and Ace Dubs used as well.
Yep. Made a video on that.
Yeah, matter of fact, that'll be in the link. A link for that video will be in the description below. Matty B shows you exactly how to circle the map in a way where you can beat Skull Loss regardless of the burn, regardless of the modifier. So
hell yeah, and I did that when they still had the burns. Yeah, because, that's when I came up with the video. I was like, there has to be another strategy, because that stuff with the burns, man, and the pop in the bubble was annoying. So I'm glad they changed it. I'm glad they did change it.
That's funny, because you uploaded your video, and then me and you were talking about your strat and how, and, it burned into my brain this way. I guess that's why I already knew what I was doing when we first tried it for the very first try. But after you talked about it, I think 2 other uploaders upload a very similar strategy, if you will, to yours. I don't know if they just kind of the community itself kind of working its way through and people kind of getting an understanding of how the map flows maybe, or what, but it's definitely a good strategy to use. I think we're getting off topic here. We're fucking rambling now.
Right, let's get back
to the Taken King. Alright, so they got 3 new subclasses coming out. We got the Titan Sunbreaker, the Warlock Stormcaller, and the Hunter Nightstalker. Maybe which one of the 3 right off the top of your head is going to be, you think is going to be your favorite?
The Warlock, of course, because that's still my favorite character out of all 3.
Warlock does look badass. The Warlock looks beast. That
floating around.
But if I were to choose now, me and Ace Dub were talking prior to about the Hunter and its Nightstalker, I guess, quote unquote support class, because every what do you call it? Every Guardian class has a support site, like the Titan's got his bubble, and the
what's the Warlock?
Warlock's got the solar, or the res.
Oh yeah,
he's
for the res. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
so and now this Hunter, we were talking about how the Hunter really does. The gold gun is not very offensive in PvE, and doesn't really serve much purpose in PvE other than that. In PvP, it's offensive, and so it's the Blade Dancer. So it'd be really, I think it'd be really good that it finally get its support class, something, because you know in in Prison of Elders all we're using is Blade Dancer just to go invis. That's about it. That's the only reason we don't ever pop gold guns, because we always need invis. Whereas now I think it'd be good to that tethering ability that it's got looks pretty dope, but I just don't see myself running it because I don't feel like I'm more an offensive guy. So I think I'll be using the Titan. The Titan looks by far the coolest with that big old Thor hammer, or AKA Hammer of Soul. You know, he's got 3 different types of attacks. I think he charges one, he throws one, and he like swings one. So it looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it does look nice. I won't lie, especially how it goes. It's just because, you know, the Titan's always been so boring. Like, I love the Titan, but like, yeah, the Striker's okay, but now, yeah, it's just on point. I love it. He's definitely making me like him even more.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, I feel like the Titan, you know, like we talked about before, and when I play Rumble, I like using the Defender Titan just because I feel like I can control map flow. Whereas when I look at the Sunbreaker Titan, it almost feels like you have a Blade Dancer Titan almost, because you have that large overshield with you. You can throw your hammer. You can do what
right? Oh, where are you going? Get
charges and all kinds of stuff with it. It looks pretty dope.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to see how he's gonna play in the Crucible.
The Warlock Super, to me, it probably looks the coolest of the 3. The Titans, I think the Titan Sunbreaker is probably going to have the most playability, but I think the Warlock Stormcaller definitely looks the coolest as far as... Now, I don't know how effective it's going to be PvE or PvP. It looked like you said something about it's only be able to use 2 kills with it. What were you saying before?
No, well, I was saying that with the Titan. Yeah, because I don't know, from watching the videos, it looked like, you know, they'd hit like one and it instantly would go down halfway and then hit it again. And it was like just that little smidge left for like a half a second of a super. So, I mean, that's one of the little things I noticed. But I'd have to really sit down and watch and try to see, you know, to get a better understanding of that.
Right. Now, and if you guys didn't watch the Taken King vidoc that Bungie released, I think it was probably about a week ago at this point, they talked about all kinds of stuff for the Taken King. Now, I guess the basic premise is going to be, obviously Oryx is the main villain or the main backdrop of the Taken King expansion, and he's going to have, what are they, I guess I know they're called the Taken, but...
Yeah, they're just Taken.
I was trying to think of a better
name. I think it's just Taken in a sense, because he's just taken literally, you know, all these other enemies and
turns them into something else.
Yeah, into his own little mindless, fucking crazy alien creatures.
Right, and they start the Taken King trailer showing the Dreadnaught flying in, and they in the vidoc they reference it multiple times. So how big of a role do you think that's going to play in the expansion? Do you think the raid's going to be on Oryx's Dreadnaught, his ship?
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, because the whole thing is around it, so that'd be dope. I mean, because the last one, you know, was, well, not the last, but Crota, you know, was all for him and his lair in a sense, you know. So why not be on the ship and let's go and just, I think that'd be cool. And I'd take him on, you know, as the end, you know, destroy him. Now we destroyed Crota, so now let's destroy Oryx.
Well, when you watch that vida, it was kind of, it felt like there was like clues in there, because he was talking about how, you know, you might not even notice what you're going through, or as far as like finding different chests here or a puzzle here or whatever, a loot, because you know he referred to it as a loot-filled ship, and I don't know if that's just going to be like, because you know, you could say the Cosmodrome is a loot-filled planet because essentially there's chests everywhere, you know. So he could be just talking about a new location where you could have new public events and new, what do you call it, patrols and things like that. Or it could be the raid. I think it'd be cool to, because you know they're also going to be introducing Phobos. I don't know, what is that, on Mercury or whatever that is, wherever I'm pretty sure it's Mercury for the Cabal, but I don't know if that's going to play a role in the Taken King raids or whatever you want to call it. But I think it definitely should be on the Dreadnaught, because just the structure, and supposedly this ship is what, 10,000 years old or some shit. That sounds dope.
Sounds dope. So dope.
He also talked about in that vidoc new progression for your characters. How I was sitting here thinking, what other way could we progress other than mindless bounties, and then, you know, deciding, you know, whether they're gonna throw spin metal on it or helium to it. How else could you progress? What do you see them doing to change the progression system? Because I think it's fine now after all you taking away all the garbage. damage upgrades that they did before.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's up in the air. I mean, you really don't know, because that's just one of them little secrets, I think, that they're just trying to hint at it just to get you thinking. But honestly, I don't even know.
Yeah, he did say that at the end. He said that at the end. He said something like, there's stuff about the armors and the characters and the weapons that we don't even want to talk about just yet. One, they're probably saying that because they're not ready. And, you know, two, the characters and the progression system itself is probably not even ready, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet.
So, let's see.
Not even an alpha phase yet for that thing. You gotta think, because that was funny too in that video, that vid doc, how they were going about, you know, doing the missions, and they're all like 30, which was very, very weird to see. And then
they were probably doing the most basic mission, you know?
Right? That shit was on easy. It wasn't even probably heroic. Like,
they weren't even gonna
maybe the step right above, you know, the one like what you do for all them crazy bounties, like, you know, beat the Black Garden on heroic, and you do the one right above. You know, if you're not going to do something crazy hard to get that XP, that's probably what it was right there.
I'm just trying. I was sitting here trying to wrap my. I made a note of it, like how they could change progression. And I mean, if you know, be honest, it would be really, you know, off the top of my head, I think to the Necrochasm bounty system, where they had layers of things you had to do to rank that weapon up.
Right.
So that would be, to be honest, you know, like you have this connection to your Warlock, and you know me, I play with my Hunter, and I choose my Hunter first over all characters. So it'd be really dope if I had to work hard. Let's say I got raid gear from Oryx, and I think it'd be pretty cool if you had to do something specific for each piece of gear to max it out, you know, not just mindless bounties, because that would be, you know, I think that would kind of change the direction of, you know,
yeah, me too, because I hate bounties, and like you have to really do bounties to level it up, and like, you know, after a while it's like I'm tired of doing the same things over and over. It's like,
you know me, we've been talking for forever. I don't even do bounties anymore. If it doesn't rank up naturally, I'm not doing it.
Well, I mean, I'll do a few of them with these newer guns that I got, you know, to try to help level them up some at first, at least get a couple of perks, and then after that I'm done too. Yeah, it's like I at least got the first perk or second perk unlocked. Like, all right, let's go. I'm not even worried anymore.
It's just, to me, it's not worth it. I mean, now there's weapons like, you know, I'll do Crucible bounties, you know. Now I won't do PvE bounties anymore, just because to me it's mindless work. PvP bounties is more fun because it gives you a little bit of challenge. Like if I'm playing only with my shotgun for, you know, a couple hours, and then I realize, all right, then I grab a sniper bounty, it just kind of gets me back in that sniper mode, because, you know, I like, you know me, I like sniping over shotgun anyway. I'm not that good with shotgun, so.
Right, yeah. Depends on, you know, the lobby, I would say, for me.
See, that's the thing. You've played Trials with me. You know me. I am better sniping at close range than I am with the shotgun by far.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
me,
so,
I just like to play mindless. You know, I don't like the whole plan. You know, that's how I am. I just roll mindlessly. Yeah,
I try to, but you know me. I'm one of the sweaty ragers when things aren't going well.
Yeah.
All right, so I was looking at some of the notes that I made, and it right off the top of your head, which class do you think is going to be most effective for PvE? The Sunbreaker Titan, the Stormcaller Warlock, or the Nightstalker Hunter?
Yeah, see, for PvE,
yes.
I mean, it depends. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these, you know, they all have their three, you know, things. I definitely think the Hunter's going to have, you know, a pretty good with its super when it comes to, like, the boss round. You know, at the very end, when you get to the end of a mission, being able to tie him down for a little bit so you can do some damage. But, like, for the rest of it, I don't.
If, you know, it'd be really dope if that his special, the Shadowshot, has some type of, like, I know it tethers him to other enemies and stuff, but if it has something like a suppression type characteristics, kind of like the Titan grenade, I think that'd be really dope, like what you're saying, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, the other ones, I mean, it goes off the mission. Because, I mean, depend on the mission, too. That's usually when I switch up my subclass, because depend on how they go.
Right. I was looking at I'm thinking the Warlock will probably be the best for PvE, just because, you know, like, as an example, let's say we were doing Omni Goal. You know, the hammer, the Sunbreaker, probably, you know, you can hit a few here, there, whatever. Whereas with the Stormcaller, you know, he's doing his little Raiden freaking Jedi laser stuff out of his fingertips, you know. It all interconnects, kind of like an arc bolt from a Hunter. I think it'd be way more effective for at least tier 1, tier 2 enemies. And obviously, like, the, you know, the yellows and stuff like that, it's not going to be as effective. But as far as like the hordes and stuff, I definitely like the Warlock. If you put the Stormcaller in the, what do you call it? What's the damn? I forgot the damn Crota's End raid down in the lamps section. No, he'll go ham on them boys.
Oh yeah, because they're just running blindlessly. You could just sit there and go and just run into the light sillies, you know, and just fry them like that. That'd be cool.
I'm looking at the subclasses. Same question, but which one do you think is going to be the most effective for PvP?
See, again, I'm tied between the Warlock and the Titan. I don't know why. It's just like them two are just, they stand out so much to me for some reason. They really do. Because that Titan will do some work, especially if you're going to be playing Control. I know that will definitely do some work. And, you know, they got the new game modes too, so maybe in the new game modes it'll have an effect as well. But yeah, man, that's a real rough question.
I'm looking at the Titan for that one because, like I said earlier in the video, he has obviously, I don't know if these are all within the same, because you know how like you have like 3 different setups or whatever for a particular super, so like you can, but this one, you know, the Titan Sunbreaker, he can I seen him like clips where he's throwing his hammer, he's swinging it like Thor would, and he's like doing like shoulder charges and like flying knees like his Arc Titan. So as far as PvP wise, I think he's probably gonna be the most effective, especially if you can lob that hammer across the map like accurately. It's just
like, where are you going?
I feel like the Nightstalker in PvP is probably gonna be super weak, and
yeah, I don't see it being used at all.
I mean, I've seen some clips of it actually. You know, it's great for 1 kill, but when you go super, you want to get way more than 1 kill. Like when you're a Titan, when you do Titan Super or Titan Slam, and you only get 1 kill, you kind of feel like you shot your load just for 1 guy. It's kind of
weird. And you know how we got some friends. They're like, "You really use your Titan Slash on just me, just one person? Like, you suck." You know. So if you don't get more than 1, it's like not that satisfying. Definitely
exactly.
Not.
Even when you res as a Warlock, you want to at least get 2 kills. You know, it just, I feel like if you can get 1 shot and tether another, like an enemy or 2, that'd be dope. But unless you're playing Control, it's just not going to be. I don't think it's going to be that effective, and I don't think it's worth it to work that hard to get a super or wait that long to get a super if you're not good, just to get 1 kill. That's just boring.
Yeah, right. So. I mean, but then again, you know, it's still, we haven't fully got our hands on it, so he might have some little tips and stuff, or who knows, little things that might be good for later on that we don't know about. But I don't know. Yeah, but he's really at the bottom of the totem pole.
That's what I mean. I feel like he's getting the weakest end of the stick on PvP and PvE, because in PvE, yeah, okay, you're going to support him, but here's an example. If the hunter tethers, let's say, 10 enemies together in the Crota's End, right? You got all of them thrall, right? And he tethers 10 enemies together. And then you come behind me and kill all 10. Do I generate orbs with it? Do I not generate orbs with it? Do I only generate orbs when I kill people?
Oh yeah, right. I never thought about that till right now.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like I feel like he's getting gypped, because in PvP you're gonna get 1 kill. In PvE, unless assists count for orb generation, the hunter's getting gypped hard for this expansion. For this last subclass.
That's horrible, because then that'd be 2 classes for the hunters that don't create any orbs at all, because the Blade Dancer is the same thing.
You gotta scratch tooth and nail just to get 4 orbs with the Blade Dancer. That's if you're lucky. Gold Gun, shit, you get 8 with 2 shots, you know, and still have 2 to spare.
Yeah, and you're set. It's crazy.
What about these new game modes? Which one of the 2 did you think was gonna be something you'd like to play?
I mean, we'll go first with Mayhem. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun because it's gonna be Mayhem, literally.
It's gonna be exactly that.
Shit, yeah. Rift seems pretty cool. I think that one's gonna be a lot of fun, especially doing some backflips.
Yeah, that'd be dope for sure. I think Rift is gonna be definitely more of a. I don't know. I don't think you have much Halo experience, but back when I played Halo, like Capture the Flag and Team Doubles and Team Snipers were pretty much the 3 most competitive game modes that I can remember. Obviously there's SWAT, but you know, anybody can really do SWAT because it's just a 1-shot kill. But Rift is going to be like Capture the Flag, and I think there's going to definitely, the good teams are going to stand out, because you know, Capture the Flag is all route based, and you know, and obviously in Destiny it's going to be saving your supers for the right time, prepping your sniper shots for the right time. I think Rift is probably going to be the more sweaty of the 2. Obviously, I think this. I guess that's pretty clear. Mayhem, I think, is probably going to be something that we play a lot of, just because we play Destiny to use our supers. I mean,
I know, right? Yeah, I mean that's like the best thing.
This is why we don't play Call of Duty because we get to have a super. We get to go ham with the gold gun, you know, throw void balls with our Warlock, you know. So
yeah.
Speaking of which, I don't know if you watched Thunder's recent video, but he's talking about how they're going to have similar perks in the new Black Ops 3. Did you hear that?
Like their resurrect?
Yeah, the resurrect perk. They're gonna
all over fucking Destiny's nuts.
The gold gun and the Titan Slam and all kinds of stuff he's jacking from. I mean, I know. I guess it's been. I don't follow David Vonderhaar, but apparently David Vonderhaar is a huge Destiny fan. So if that wasn't clear before, it should be pretty obvious now.
Yeah, definitely now.
Yeah, I think honestly, Mayhem could be something that even the sweaties dominate though, because if with me with my gold gun, I know that if I guess play my gold gun right, I usually can beat out the competition. Now, when you're running around, like I try to stay away from middles of maps if I'm trying to go on a streak, but Mayhem for the casual player is definitely going to be the game mode that they play. Kind of like earlier the other day you were playing. What was that game mode you were playing the other day? It was a lot of lower levels and it was no thorns.
Combined arms.
Combined arms. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
like, because there's always small, low levels, like, because it's more of a relaxed game mode for them, and they don't mind it as much, and, you know, they can still play and have fun. And I like it because I can go in there and wreck face, and, and it plays forever. Like, the score is so high, and it's always the big-ass map.
That's what I was going to say. How did you like the big map, though?
I mean, they kind of suck, but you know, well, at least from playing it for a while, I know the heats, you know, the heated spots to go to and where to find people. So it's not too bad for me, especially because I can just hop on my Sparrow, go and hop off of it, you know, to start fighting and not try to sit on it like some people. I mean, I'm not a big fan of all the, you know, the vehicles in it because if you know how to work it right, you can destroy people with those. But I just like, because there's lower levels that go in there and I just wreck face.
I can't remember the last time I played those big maps. It's been like, what is that map on the moon called?
Yo, got me.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The biggest, that big ass map on the moon. I never played that one. Then there's that new one from the, I think the Crota DLC on Earth. That was a big map. A lot of these bigger maps they just took out of rotation, and they're a lot of fun.
And they only play, yeah, but they only play in combined arms because they play so slow. All people do is sit in the very back and snipe, and that's not really how it's meant to be played. Like that, people make them maps suck, but the maps are fun as long as you actually play them right. But man,
the community is always gonna dictate how fun or not fun something's gonna be. I mean, like we talked about earlier, Trials of Osiris is Thorn of Osiris. It's not the Trials. It's definitely, you know, Thorn or no Thorn is going to dictate whether the game is going to be played a certain way.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting for, you know, Bungie to see that and be like, well, hey, maybe we should fix it a little bit. Let's, you know, start switching around how things work. You know, maybe nerf them or buff something else. You know, get it more balanced.
I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I was sitting here thinking, remember, because me and you have been talking about how could they nerf the Thorn to make it not as OP, you know, but still keep it exotic.
Right. And
I was thinking, you know how, and we talked about lowering the afterburn effect from 7 to 5 or whatever. I think instead of, you know how, what is it, tick 4 or 5 times, something like that afterwards, if you lower it down to like 2 or 3, so that the likelihood of you burning is so slim, you know what I mean, unless you get hit 4 times in the body, I think that would be a good balance, you know, and then decrease the range as well. And it'll still keep its exotic feel up close, but not as OP went from long range, because the burn doesn't last as long and it's less damage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that'd be a nice fix, just because it's just annoying. That's all anybody wants to run. It's like, oh, I gotta try hard. Let me put this on. Like, I hate how there's only that one have-to-go-to gun. Like, dang, like, come on.
Yeah, that shit drives me crazy. And, you know, the last word is fine, I think, if you decrease the range. You know.
Yeah, the range, yeah, definitely. I definitely think that should be in there. And that'll help balance that.
Alright, well, I think we covered everything in general as far as the Taken King. I don't want to ramble on too long in the video because it has been a good amount of time. I don't have my clock up, but either way, as always, Matt, that was my boy Matty B. If you guys are unfamiliar with him at this point, you obviously are not a long-time subscriber to my channel, and you should fix that right now by hitting that subscribe button right below. Matty B's link will be in the first link in the description below as well. All the stuff that we talked about as far as the classes and the Bungie Vidoc and all the other stuff will be linked as well. I'll do my best to link everything that we talked about in the description below. Matty B, you want to sign out before I sign out?
Got you. Out.
I love your outro. Alright, as always, be safe, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.